Hey YouTube, what's up? Do you want to win more free-for-all? Then watch this video to the end for tips on how to make things easier. In this video, I'll be going over my 10 beginner free-for-all tips based on experience I've had while playing. I know there are people who have different opinions though, my channel is for beginners. I help beginners play COD, so let's keep up the grind. And if you haven't yet, first make sure you subscribe, like this video, and then we'll get straight into it. Hey everyone, I'm CJ Gamer and welcome back finally to my tips and tricks videos. It's great to be back. Before I get into it, free-for-all is my favourite game mode, so that means I play a ton of free-for-all, which I've mixed in different guns with both close range and long range. I've also had both a lot of wins and losses, which has given me a basic idea on some tips beginners could use to improve or win more free-for-all in Black Ops Cold War. Alright, tip number 1 is to aim up. This means to aim higher up at the chest or head. The reason I say to do this is because of a few points. It gives you a faster time to kill. This is because any bullets that hit the upper chest or head do more damage than anywhere in the lower half. So doing more damage creates a faster kill, which allows you to move on sooner and heal quicker, giving you time to engage the next fight. An added bonus is if you manage to get a headshot, that will help you get your headshot camos in the beginning, giving you some cool camos. And lastly, getting headshot medals gives you a bonus 50 experience points, so that means you'll be ranking up fast. So do yourself a favor guys, and aim up. Tip number 2 is Run Ninja. Now I'm not telling a ninja to run, I mean to use the perk Ninja. This is very useful because it's the dead silence of this game, which means a few things. It makes your footsteps so quiet that they're almost unheard. The reason that this is important is because that most people playing free-for-all nowadays will usually have some form of headset, which means they'll be able to hear everything as if they're in the game themselves. I know it works like this for me, add on that footsteps are ridiculously loud in this game. So having all that said, you want to use Ninja in free-for-all because the all listening and loud footsteps will be your worst nightmare. Run Ninja guys. Tip number 3 is don't fight every fight. Now this doesn't mean to be a coward or play hit and run, but because there's 8 people or 8 enemies in a game, then I guarantee you that at least one person is using a gun that outguns your gun in most situations. For example, if you see someone at a distance and they manage to hit you, then either take cover and make your way around to them or avoid them and move on. So don't go running at someone with a close range weapon in a straight line when they're quickscoping or using a strong LMG or marksman rifle. And don't try and take someone who is hiding in a window or head glitching, unless you can get them of course. Tip number 4 is to use spy plane. Now this is one of the most basic and useful tips in every Call of Duty, especially in Black Ops Cold War. This is because it gives you an upper advantage no matter your skill or experience. Spy plane pings enemies on the minimap, allowing you to know where they are, so you can take a better path to them and win the gunfight. Though it's not always the case if they're using Ghost. But either way, in most games, you'll benefit greatly from the use of a spy plane because it can and will change whether or not you win the game. Use spy plane everyone, it won't let you down. Tip number 5 is use either counter spy plane, air patrol or SAM turret. I say to do this because it refers back to tip 4 of using spy planes. Now in free-for-all and just about every game mode, majority of the people are going to be using spy planes. So unless you want to be running Ghost or using a wildcard that gets multiple perks, then you're going to be visible on the enemy's map. And therefore, it puts you at a great disadvantage when you're trying to play and rack up kills to win, because enemies will be able to predict your movements, allowing them to sneak attack you. Having a spare counter spy plane, air patrol or SAM turret will make their spy planes useless. Tip number 6 is run a close range secondary. This is a very important tip in free-for-all because there will always be situations where your primary gun may fail you. That's where a close secondary comes in handy. For example, say you're running around and you come across a gunfight that causes you to struggle, or you just can't get over them. Then if you take cover for a brief moment to switch guns, it works wonders putting the enemy into surprise, which usually wins you the gunfight. A close range secondary can either mean a shotgun or akimbo pistols, so make sure you set your class right guys before getting into a free-for-all game. Tip number 7 is avoid the middle of the map. Alright, this tip is important for beginners because if any beginner player hops into a free-for-all game and sticks in the middle, then chances are they're going to give easy kills for the enemies. I've always played like this in free-for-all, unless you have a few streaks in the air, then it would be safe to do so. But for now, stick to the edges of the map like as if you're doing a lap around. You will usually be able to stay alive for longer, which in turn will get you more streaks, and more streaks can mean more wins. Also, spawn points are around or near the edges, you can easily surprise your enemies. Tip number 8 is don't go for revenge. This tip is one to think about because it can change how the game ends for you. Now say you're on a streak and an enemy just gets this sneaky kill on you that makes you quite frustrated. What's the first thing you do after you respawn? You go and rush that person and hope that you get an even nasty kill on them, just to get that revenge that gives a little excitement. If you or anyone else does this too many times, you'll end up seeing the top person racking up kills like no tomorrow and may end up with a ton of deaths yourself. So in extreme situations, avoid going back for them guys. Tip number 9 is always fully heal before moving on. This is self-explanatory. You have limited life that lasts about one gunfight if the enemy is accurate. So after you engage an enemy and you're weakened, take cover and either use a stim or wait for your health bar to fully heal. Because if you rush back into battle with low life, it will only take a few, maybe one bullet to kill you. It's simple, fully heal all the time guys if you can. Finally, tip number 10 is use either scavenger or assault pack for ammo. This tip is a must because you can't go running around the game with no ammo. And relying on enemies to have the same gun as you is not the best plan. Scavenger has always been a great perk in all Call of Duty games because it gives you the ability to kill an enemy, run over the body, collect the pack and receive ammo. It can be automated in most cases if you play right, just running, killing and collecting. An assault pack works well if you don't want to get close to enemies because you stay behind cover and drop your pack to receive ammo, giving you a safer alternative to scavenger. Alright, here's a bonus tip. Use assault pack to get streaks faster. This is simple and easy to work. Assault pack gives you bonus score when you take down enemies, which you'll be able to get more streaks faster. And streaks are always a must have in Black Ops Cold War because more streaks can mean more wins. Okay, that's the end of my 10 beginner free-for-all tips. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Check out my channel to see videos on better class setups, gameplay, Road to Dark Matter, live streams, and Black Ops Cold War tips. Also, leave a comment down below to let me know what else you want to see. And if you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and turn on notifications to stay up to date. I upload these tip videos every Saturday, so stay tuned for more tips and tricks on Black Ops Cold War. Thanks for watching guys, I'm CJ Gamer, and I'll see you in the next one.